You know, some people forget that Anakin actually had a green lightsaber. Green lightsaber? Yeah, this one right here that he used through a whole battle. Let's take a look. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Collector's Outpost. I am John. So some of us forget that Anakin had a green lightsaber. These two ILM employees tossed up lightsabers so that they can join the battle. Now, I gotta admit, it was kind of cool to see Anakin with a green lightsaber because we already saw his son years down the line with the green lightsaber, even though it probably really didn't mean anything because this is more of a clan lightsaber. We've seen this design, which I believe I just saw Disney post on their website, a Kyoto Mundi lightsaber in some wooden box thing, which it looked pretty cool, but you know, Disney. But anyway, this lightsaber comes over to us from Vader Sabers. Thank you so much to Vader Sabers for sending this over. I'll put a direct link to this down in the description below, along with a discount code if you want to go over to Vader Sabers and check out all that they have to offer, including my lightsaber, the Duality. The Duality is a custom design by me, and Vader Sabers was kind enough to pick that design up and get it produced. And that lightsaber is exclusively at Vader Sabers, so if you want to pick one up, definitely go head on over there and look up the Duality. Now, before we jump on into this lightsaber, if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out this lightsaber. If you are a returning viewer and a friend of the channel, thanks so much for stopping by again. Let's dig into this unboxing. So this is a Xeno V3, and you can use your Xeno V3 configurator app with this to adjust all your main settings like I do. I don't use the app very much. There has been a big recent update to the Xeno V3 app and a firmware update to 1.3. So we will double check the firmware on this and get everything updated and ready to go. All right, what do we get in the box? We have all of the good old typical stuff. We have retention screws, which we will have to insert, and we have a little thumb screw here and an Allen wrench, and we have our USB-C charging cable, an SD card reader. We have our full product manual, so definitely dig through this, and you have some instructions here for the Xeno V3 configurator app. However, this is not an updated version. This is the old version of the Xeno V3 app. And we got some styrofoam here. That's got to go. And your lightsaber will, of course, come with a blade. This is a 32-inch, 1-inch blade, and it is brand new. I haven't even opened it, so let's pop that out. Nothing like opening up a fresh blade. And then, of course, we have that clan-style lightsaber right here, which is actually a pretty cool looking lightsaber, and we'll dig on into that in just a moment. Now, this one doesn't do anything. This actually is a retention screw that holds in the chassis here. So let's open this bad boy on up here. Now, I'll leave this like that, but we do have to, as you can see, it is in there tight, and I do have to unscrew the gold one, and that will release your chassis on inside. Now, this one seems to be a black chassis. We've seen most of them recently are gold. This one seems to be black. That doesn't mean you'll get a black one. You may get a gold one. You may get the black one. I really don't know. But we do have your kill switch right on top here. USB-C charging port right there, 18650 battery. And you'll see that we also have the LED lights all around. Put this in with the card side up because we have the LED right there, which will also light up your button, just like that. Tighten that bad boy down. So that is important, so do keep that in mind when you're putting this on in there. All right, let's pull up our Xeno configurator app. Get our saber connected.
App connected.
All right, so the first thing I want to do, because this is a brand new saber that came in, I want to go double check the firmware and get this thing updated. So we are on 1.2.5. So we want to update that to 1.3 as the filming of this video. Update. So this is one of my favorite things about the app. It's just the updating and those little configurations you can do with the app. But the app is very powerful. You can alter so many configurations and settings and sensitivities and stuff like that.
Beginning update. Update successful.
All right, so that in real time only took about 2.5, 3 minutes, give or take a little bit. It's not long at all. And then the first thing you want to do now is you want to start up your saber again.
Power on.
because when it updates the firmware and everything, it kicks everything off and reboots. All right, and let's go back in to double check, update software, and we are now on 1.3. All right, so next thing I want to do is go back to my first page here, kick on my saber, go to page 2, and I want to adjust my blade size just to make sure that everything here is adjusted properly and all the effects and everything will fall in the right spots, including the blade melt. So easiest way to do that is take your little slider, go all the way down. Look how tiny you can get a little blade. And then little by little, just work your way up until you hit the tip there. Make sure that the tip is properly lit. Seems to be fine, and then click on save. Now the next thing I do is go down to countdown and turn that on. That's going to turn on a setting in the hilt. That's going to give you an extra beep where you're just manually using the hilt without the app, so that you know where you are in the menu system. And then flip through some of these. You have all of these motion control settings on. You can turn on your twist on and twist off. Flash on clash sensitivity. Let's just turn it all on. I do not use Ghost Blade. Ghost Blade I cannot stand. I never liked it, even all the way back to Xeno V2. It's a blade that's off until you move it, and then it lights up and then dims down. It's annoying. But yeah, I mean, go through all of this stuff and see what it does. And you do have your other page over here, which is motion control. Twist on, twist off, pull on, pull, all that stuff there. And let's put this into a green blade, our blade colors. You have 3 different options here. This is your quick change, where it just kind of bangs through the hard colors. And then next to that, you have your infinite color, which will just kind of scroll through and fade through each one of the colors if you want to let it sit there and kind of fine tune. Or you can go to the first one, the color palette. This is pretty much what I use. And you can just drag anywhere on the screen and really just kind of fine tune what you want there. All right, and then down here you do have all your values of red, green, and blue. So we're just gonna go with a green color for this one. All right, and that is about it that I do. There are so many more things. I haven't really had a lot of time to figure all this stuff out. And then over here in page 3, you have all these different things you can now do: custom functions, custom light effects, if you have all of that stuff in there. You can upload a custom font. I honestly don't have the patience for any of that. I will just take the SD card out, pop it in my computer, take and drop a sound font to it, and I'm done. Anyway, let's go back, make sure that I am on green, and all right, now let's just give this thing a whirl. Now this looks and feels like a really comfortable saber. There's not a whole lot getting in your way. The buttons are below where your hand would be. All right, now you do have this little indent over here if you wanted to put lock the middle between your thumb and pointer finger in there, and it actually feels really good. We have a twist on and twist off. We have our blaster blocks. We have our lockups. We have our tip drag. And flip through our fonts a little bit.
New horizon.
Now, a couple of the basic settings on here are volume is the first beep. So when you clicked on countdown on the app, that added that extra beep up front, that boop. So that'll let you know where you are in the menu. So 1 beep is sound.
Volume high.
2 beeps.
Pulse.
Your blade style. You see this is pulsing a little bit.
Flash blade.
Flash blade. Strobing really quick. Fire blade, one of my favorites. And then you'll have 3 beeps for the ignition styles.
Blaster mode.
So blaster mode is one of those extra little settings that we put on in the app there on page 2. So the blaster mode is basically, you flip it on and the blade does not turn on. It acts like a blaster when you hit the power button.
Ignition. ignition. Phaser ignition.
And then 4 beeps is fonts.
Wanderer. The Knight. The Assassin.
So that's fonts going forward, and if you missed a font and you want to go back, just flip your saber upside down and give her a twist counterclockwise.
The Knight. Wanderer. The Protector. The Dark Empress.
Super quick going that way. All right, that is about it. This is the lesser known green lightsaber that Anakin uses in episode 2. Thank you so much to Vader Sabers for shooting this over for everybody to see. Again, I'll put a discount code and direct link for everybody down in the description below if you want to go check this out and everything else that Vader Sabers has to offer. So let me know what you think of this one down below in the comments, and while you're down there, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification button for upcoming videos. I've got a ton more lightsabers coming and some Hot Toys Star Wars figures as well, so you don't want to miss any of those. All right, I will see you all on the next video. Be safe and kind out there in the world. See ya.